All right, welcome to the show. I got with me Cosmo from the TTL clan. How you doing, man?
Great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So, we're going to be talking a little bit of Destiny, things like that, but before we do, let's get to know you, man. Where did it start with gaming? What'd you cut your teeth on?
Um, I actually started like NES. I think I was like 5 years old when we first got like the original Nintendo system, and that's kind of how my gaming career started. I actually have a picture of my first day of kindergarten. I beat the Chippendales Rescue Rangers game. I don't know if you ever played it,
Oh yeah.
but yeah. And then I played a lot of PC games growing up, like Rogue Spear, Half Life, Team Fortress. Really, the console games, kind of Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo. But in high school is when I really got into Halo, and I actually hosted a lot of Halo CE LAN parties, and I had a big group of people. We get 10 to 16 people and play Halo CE all the time. Then when I went off to college is when kind of started playing Halo 2, and then that's when all the clans started forming up and got into online Xbox Live gaming. So
Gotcha. I want to talk more about that, but I'm gonna go back. I want to go back a little bit, talk about this Rescue Rangers and some of those games you played on that NES, man. What were what were a couple of your favorites?
um, I like the Super Mario Brothers. I mean, those were awesome. Trying to think, man, it's been a while. Uh, what about you, man? What was some of your NES games?
Oh, geez, dude. I just started collecting this summer, so
Really?
I've got a slew now. But back in the day, definitely the Super Mario Brothers, DuckTales. Any of
Oh
those
yeah, oh yeah.
Capcom games were really good. So,
The
um,
original ice hockey game, which is
yeah,
ice
dude,
hockey. Yeah.
for sure. That was an awesome one. So I even picked up Blades of Steel recently. Remember that one?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Top Gun, trying to land on the aircraft carrier. Did you never play
oh,
that one?
it was impossible to land
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
aircraft carrier.
yeah.
That was yeah, dude. What? And they made a sequel to that game. I've never played it, but I
Really?
recently, yeah, as I started collecting, I found that they had a sequel to that.
Also check into that. That's cool.
But yeah, it's funny. I'm staring at a shelf. I've got like two NESs. I've got a couple 64s, a Super Nintendo. Actually, there's three NESs. My buddy just found one at a or a thrift store for me. He's like, "Hey, this has
Nice.
$8 on it." I'm like, "Of course, buy that for me." So, but well, hey man, you were saying you played quite a bit of like LAN parties and stuff with Halo and then Halo 2 came out and then the clan started. How did that all come about?
Well, see, my freshman year at Oklahoma State, it was in 2004, so we were actually all still playing Halo CE through the dorm because we could just plug our, Xbox into the networking of the dorm, and then it would actually do a local area network with anyone else in the dorm. So you could just like set up Slayer and then wait for people to join up. But then a couple months later, actually when Halo 2 launched, and we all went out and got Xbox Live, and this was, I mean, the beginning of Xbox Live and multi matchmaking on console games. So we actually started our first Halo clan on just like guys on my floor in our dorm. It was called Skyline because we were on the very, very top floor of the dorm. And eventually, that clan mixed with another clan that somehow we like knew a bunch of guys from Missouri, and we formed a clan called OTA, and it was because it was like Halo upside down and backwards. And after that, OTA and TTL actually became really good allies for several years, and then eventually I just went up and joined TTL, and it's been a great experience. It's a really great clan, great group of guys. Had a lot of fun doing it.
So, I mean, we're talking 10 years you've been playing with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in OTA, we started our ally kind of relationship with TTL in 2006. So yeah, it's coming up on 10 years that I've been playing with TTL. I didn't actually join until 2010, so I've only been with them 5 years, and then TTL actually celebrates our 10-year anniversary next year in October of 2005 will turn 10 years old, which is pretty long for an online clan. 10 years.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. But so, are you still playing with some of the guys you played with back in the Halo 2 days?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I play with a lot of the OTAW guys still. They kind of they're not really like a super organized clan anymore. They have a Facebook group and they're pretty chill and we'll play a lot. It's fun. And then I still play with some of the guys that I went to college with. Actually, helped a couple of them do the Destiny raid, and it was good times.
Nice. Well, that's very cool. Did so have you been rocking the same gamer tag for like 10 years?
Um, yeah, I didn't always have TTL in front of it, but yeah, I've been Cosmo. Like that's been kind of my nickname since I was in like the 6th grade. So yeah, it's been with me for a while.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've got the 10 next to my name as well, my Neo 1X gamer tag, and I've been using Neo, well, probably since the Matrix basically, but in the arcades it was the easiest way to put my initials in because I didn't like my initials, so I'm like, well, this is actually a name, so we'll
There you
just
go.
we'll just go with this, you know. But so let's talk Destiny, man. You said you ran some raids with some of those guys from back in the day. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts from when it first came out to the way it's transitioned and stuff?
Well, I love the raid. It is definitely my favorite part of Destiny. The mechanics of the boss fights are just phenomenal. My biggest complaint with the game was that the rest of the game wasn't as like the raid. Basically, like I wanted the other boss fights and the strikes to be more like the raid and have interesting mechanics. A lot of people kind of complain that some of the other bosses are just bullet sponges and there's not a lot of depth to the fights, and I kind of agree with that. But yeah, the changes. I mean, are you kind of speaking to the change they did on Atheon when he now warps the random people rather than the back three? Or
Yeah,
is
I
that
mean, there's been a ton of changes, right? I mean, they did a major rollout like this week on as far as like voice chat and some of the
Oh,
stuff.
you're talking about like the 1.0.3 patch in general?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a lot of great stuff in that. I mean, the added shaders to the uh, NPC. What else was he? The voice chat. I don't know if that's really going to affect us much because you usually have a full party with the fire team chat, but it's going to help a lot of people that want to talk with other people. What else we got here? I don't have the patch notes in front of me, but yeah.
I guess let's talk about maybe some of your expectations from was did it meet those when it came out, or were there some things that were kind of lacking?
Just Destiny in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I had lofty expectations as everyone else. I was trying to kind of maintain a realistic view of what the game was going to be. I definitely thought there would be a little bit better story. I think that's the biggest complaint everyone has is they were disappointed with how the story played out. But as far as the gameplay, I mean, I was really satisfied with the scope of the game, and I felt, I mean, a lot of people kind of point out that there's not enough planets or places to go, but if you really go and explore every single planet, I mean, it's a huge world. I mean, I think people discount it a little bit too much, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to more content as much as the next person. So when the Darkness Below comes out in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be there ready to play, man. What about you? What did you think of when it came out?
When Destiny came out, my Xbox was in Texas being repaired.
Oh man. So when you finally got your hands on it, were you satisfied or were you think it was lacking?
uh, You know what? I've actually never thought it was lacking, but I've not been able to put the time into it that I think people that have had more time to put into it probably say, yeah, it's lacking because they do everything so much. But I mean, I'm not bored with anything because I just don't have the time. I'm level
Right.
27, I've not even completed the raid yet. That um we've fought the final boss, but
Just
I'm
haven't
kind of
killed
the
him.
weakest link, as far as like my weapons and my armor, and so it to me, there's still plenty to do.
There you
Right? I've
go.
been doing the Iron Banner for a couple hours the last week, and it. Sometimes I get my butt handed to me,
Right. Yeah, I mean
but
that's what a lot of people. I mean they'll come in on the subreddit and be like, I played 350 hours and there's just nothing to do in this game, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, of course, if you play like anything for 200-300 hours, you're probably going to exhaust all the content. So I don't know.
yeah. Well, and the thing is, the game is a ton of fun, right? And I think that's probably it might be its downfall is that it's so much fun that
Right.
everybody you want to keep going. You just want to keep moving forward with it.
I don't
So
think anybody has complaints about the core gunplay of the game. I mean, that's obviously fun. I mean, maybe they need to expand the story a little bit more, or add some more strikes. But as far as like the brass tacks of the game, it's just fun to play.
sure. So actually this is an interesting question as far as story goes. For me personally, when I went into this game and knowing it was Bungie, I honestly did not expect much from story because the only two Halo games I liked the story on was Halo 1 and Halo Reach. The 2 and 3, I was kind of left going, what is this? What is this? What is this grave mind? What is all this other stuff? Like I felt like I had a ton of questions. So I'm just like, you know what? I just enjoyed the gameplay and I played through them. But what about you? What Halo? What were you expecting a lot from the story or?
Um, Honestly, I'm not a big story connoisseur. I'm more kind of the multiplayer, getting to play with friends type of person, which I enjoyed the like original Halo game stories, but I was expecting a great story just because Bungie is known for just great storytelling, and I feel that they did fall a little short in most people's eyes. I didn't particularly enjoy the story of Destiny. I mean, I think the universe they built, like if you read the Grimoire cards, is amazing and it's really interesting. But I just don't know if it was told right. It was not executed well. But I mean, they still have like all of the foundation to expand on that and get it right with these expansions, and then eventually Destiny 2, whatever they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, which I was a little confused about the whole Destiny 2 thing. I mean, you obviously have to expect it, but the 10-year plan, I guess I assumed it was for this one game, which I'm like, well, that's crazy. That's an awful long time.
No, if you read I guess a long time ago when Activision was kind of going through their lawsuit with the Sledgehammer, or not Sledgehammer, whoever. I guess it was the guys that made Titanfall, whatever, Respawn.
Yeah.
The Destiny stuff came out, and it was a 10-year deal, but it was going to be like multiple titles, and then there was going to be like some sort of like comment release between the titles. So it was never going to be like one game, because that'd be kind of crazy to expand one game for 10 years. I mean, even World of Warcraft, the expansions kind of are almost like an entire new game. So
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't like look into it much. I just kind of
right.
heard that, how you hear things, and
Yeah, like a lot of people are like, yeah, they spent $500 million on this one game, and it's like, no, that's how much Activision spent on the entire 10-year process, including marketing. So it's not like Bungie just burnt through $500 million just to make Destiny 1.
yeah, and I know, I mean, I'll be honest, that's what I assumed.
No,
That's what
no
I
offense if you thought that. I mean, because that's just kind of how the media, played it. They're like, oh yeah, the Activision CEO said $500 million. That's how much they spent. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's you say you're more of a, PvP kind of guy. What do
Oh
you
yeah.
think? What do you think of the PvP? Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, super solid. I mean, a lot of the only thing my problem with the PvP is I want more of it. I want some different game types. Capture the flag, oddball. Some sort of uh, different objective types. It was just I think they have a really good foundation once again. They just need to expand on it. I think they were just trying to make sure that the game was solid, it was fun to play, and it was stable. And now that they've got all that put together, that framework, they can expand on it. So yeah, I mean, I love the PvP. The Iron Banner is back, and it's awesome. So I don't know if you've got to play any of that. As a 27, it might be a little bit rough.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, I've been getting my butt handed to me, but I'm still having fun because it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? There's still a chance I might get a decent drop or something, but um, and if I can get in with some friends, that's when it's obviously a good time, you know.
Friends make everything better, man. I mean, if you have a great group of guys to play with every night, then I mean that makes the game way more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk setup, dude. What are you rocking? Hunter, Warlock, what is it for you?
I'm an XO hunter. I've got two of them on Xbox and one of them on PlayStation 4. So,
You are busy, my friend.
well, I mean, I don't know if you've heard like what a lot of us do is you'll like level up your main and then you'll level up another character to 20 of the same class, and then so you can run the raid on your main and then just switch all your gear over to the next level 20 guy you have and then run it again. Because all
Gotcha.
that level is tied to your gear. So as soon as you swap it over, then you automatically go back up to 29 or 30 or whatever you are. So a lot of
Right.
people
So
have three characters, so they can run everything three times. But I didn't get that crazy.
yeah, I'd heard people doing that with like the weeklies and stuff, so they could get more
Yeah,
strange
yeah. You can
coins.
do coins that way too. Yeah.
So what's your favorite weapon? What do you like in the hand cannons, auto rifle, what?
The I think my favorite is Praetor's Revenge, which is the raid sniper rifle. It shoots crazy fast and it doesn't have any recoil. It's awesome gun, really great. What about you, man? What are you rocking class wise and weapon wise?
I'm a hu- I'm a human titan. I did my very best to make him look like Brandon Lee from The Crow. That was my goal. He ended up looking more like Cro-Magnon, man. Like with this really straight like this gothic hair.
Nice.
Um the as far as I just got the last word
Oh, okay.
from
So you
Zur
bought it.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty cool. I'm having a good time with that. It's I
Flipping that gun around like a true gunslinger.
Yeah, yeah. So that's been fun. And then I picked up the Patience and Time from Zur a few weekends ago, and
Okay.
so I had terrible luck with that game getting anything to drop. I actually still only have a rare helmet. I cannot. Well, I have
Ooh.
the exotic helmet for the Titan, but I also have the exotic chest piece, and I don't
No,
have a
see.
legendary chest piece or a legendary helmet, so I can't swap anything out.
You
So
already spent all of your Vanguard points and your Crucible points?
yeah, this is again my luck. The first thing I bought once I did the Dead Orbit stuff, and the first thing I bought was the boots or whatever, and
Oh, and then you got boots.
I ran the raid and got boots in the raid. It
Oh
was like,
man,
oh come on. So anyway, those helped with upgrades as I dismantled them. So,
there you go.
but yeah, what do you think of the maps? Do you like the way they're set up, and what game type do you like? Do you like to do just the Slayer, or are you more of the controller?
Yeah, I like control. I mean, we don't play a lot of the Slayer. I think the control kind of helps push the battle and kind of funnel people to like choke points and the different control points. As far as the maps, yeah, I like all the maps. The only one I really didn't like was Blind Watch, and they fixed that in the update. So that's kind of nice. I mean, the control point placement on that and before the patch was really odd, kind of forced everything at B and C. But yeah, I think Shores of Time is my favorite map. It's got the ninja jump that I completely miss every time and fall off. I don't know if you ever tried doing that.
So I actually, because like I said, I don't play them that much. Which
Oh, okay.
which one is that?
That's the Vex one. It's kind of it's got the different tunnels that go through the middle. That's kind of Vex architecture, and then on the ends, it's got little jump places where you can jump around. And that's not a really good description, but anyway.
Is that the one where I think it's B? You have to jump either from
Yes.
behind, like from either spot. I was guessing that might have been the
There's
spot you're
one.
talking.
You can get to B without jumping, but yeah, several ways to jump into B. Yeah.
Yeah, one's by the heavy ammo drop,
Right,
correct?
right, right. That's the
Yeah.
ninja jump where you got to jump to the little platform and then jump over to
Yes.
B. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've died there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good times.
So you own both platforms. is that exclusive content? Is it worth going out and getting a PS4 if you're just rocking the Xbox One, or is it? I mean, is it something that you can wait a year for?
Honestly, in my opinion, you could probably wait. I mean, I don't care for the PvP map very much. I don't remember what it's called, but the strike was all right, and I mean, Hawkmoon is really really cool. I don't have it. I mean, I just that's kind of what I heard is everybody loves it, but as far as like being required, I don't know. I'm having a great time on the Xbox. I mean, it plays great on both platforms, so I wouldn't recommend going out and making a purchase unless you just have the extra money and want to get another console.
Yeah, the only thing that tempts me is like our group got split in half this last generation,
Yeah.
and so half the guys or even more went to PS4. But I was such a Halo fan, I couldn't I couldn't
Right.
make the jump, So, and speaking of, you got the Master Chief Collection, I'm sure,
Oh yeah.
and the matchmaking is super frustrating.
Yeah, it was really disappointing because I mean, really looking forward to reliving the old Halo glory days and getting to play Halo CE for the first time online and getting Halo 2 back going again. But they're having the big patch tomorrow, and the Reddit's dubbed it the Master Chief Correction, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've been streaming. My wife has never played. She kind of it's hard to get her to play anything that's first person past GoldenEye or Perfect.
Yeah.
Dark. And we've been streaming, playing through. We're gonna play through all 4 games together, and so she's
Oh, that's exciting.
she's doing all right. She's doing all right. So,
So where are you at now?
so this is ridiculous, dude. We I wanted to stream it on Twitch and then archive it so we could upload it to the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I've clicked on Twitch to archive it, the button has not, like, I hit save changes,
man.
So we're going to be running the first level for the 3rd time, and we get lost in those stupid tunnels, the little, like, I don't know, they're like ventilation shafts. Like, I get turned around in those things so bad every time. But, we've been having a good time. We'll crack a couple beers, or I think we had a glass of wine and then had a beer last time because we got stuck in those those bays for so long. But yeah, but it's a good time. So I actually don't mind doing it over. We'll probably actually get a good run this time now that we know where we're going. So
cool.
But I'm excited to jump into the multiplayer, and I'm hoping if she finally gets used to playing first-person shooters with the Xbox One controller, that maybe I can get her to start playing Destiny. We'll see.
Okay, cool. So you haven't got to play any the customs, because the customs have been working fine for us. That's how we've kind of been doing since the matchmaking's been broke.
The very first day I threw it, I just popped in there real quick just to kind of look at Blood Gulch again and see it.
Kind of explore.
Yeah, for sure. So, but other than that, no. Like, because I mean, at the same time, there was Call of Duty, which I was playing a little bit of. I haven't played that series in years, and was like, I'll give it a shot. And then there's also stuff on the Wii U that's been keeping me busy too. So it's a crazy holiday season. My wallet's been screaming. But
a lot of great games out right now.
Yeah, and Smash Bros. Tomorrow. Are you a fan? Do you play that?
I'm a fan. I don't have a Wii U, so it's kind of disappointing. But I played it at E3, and it's a blast. It's a good time.
Nice. Yeah, I've been practicing up on my 3DS, trying to get a little better. But that's hectic. So I got 4 kids. So what's that?
So who do you play with on Smash?
Just started using Falcon or whatever.
Oh, Captain Falcon.
Or I'm sorry, Falco. Got to get it right. Yeah. And so I tried Fox, and he seemed like he was quick, but kind of weak attacks. And Falco seemed a little slower, but a little stronger attacks. So, but yeah, I got the 4 kids, so I'm excited to play all of us on one screen with the Wii U. That'll be a blast. So. But hey man, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and it's been cool getting to know you for sure. Hopefully we'll get some. last weekend was so busy trying to get a game in, but maybe this weekend will work a little better. And yeah, any final thoughts just about Destiny? Any like what do you like the best about it? I guess is what I want to know.
I think the best thing about Destiny is playing with your friends. I think the best thing to do with your friends is probably the raid. If you can get it, five other people together. I mean, that's just the most fun is figuring out the puzzles and using teamwork to overcome some pretty big obstacles. And then finally, when you beat that final boss, it's really a good feeling. You feel like you've accomplished something. So. And I'm really looking forward to the next raid in a couple of weeks. Crota's Revenge or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, I thought it was from the last raid just because I couldn't pull my weight. But
hey, well, man, you have to join up with us sometime, and we'll take you. We'll play with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about changing my gamer tag to Coattails because I like to ride those. But all right, well, very cool, man. I really appreciate you taking the time, and we'll be in touch.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate having me on, and enjoy the podcast. Thanks, man.
Yeah, take it easy.